I have always thought the words like serenity and solitude do not belong to Hong Kong. She was always lively and bustling, standing at the center of the world. But in the midst of the pandemic, this now quiet and isolated hospital was once the center of fighting against the coronavirus. This state-of-the-art hospital saved lives and made history in architecture. I'm traveling around the world to visit a league of ambitious new engineering wonders and find out the extraordinary building challenges and the intelligence given to those giants.
Well, I'm so excited.
Yeah, and all those above, of course, will be all the pipings.
Everything has been designed.
Yes.
Cool.
When we got the mission of building this hospital, that was in July 2020, because that was the third episode in Hong Kong.
Dr. Chu is the veteran of Hong Kong's public healthcare. For 2 decades, she led her team to fight against epidemics, SARS in 2003. But COVID-19 was unprecedentedly overwhelming, and beds were running out.
So that was a nightmare experience. Cases were running at the hundreds every day.
当时这个病菌呢是以 Delta 病毒为主的，就是致死率是非常高的。
It needed an epidemic control hospital to prevent the spread of what was often a fatal disease.
You don't want the dirty air in the patient's room to come out and infect staff outside.
Surrounding environment.
Yeah. So the only thing you can do that is to create a pressure difference.
当时整个香港呢，一共是有1200张左右的一线的负压隔离病房，整个使用率呢已经超过了90%。
It was Jiang Yi's job to build a new hospital with about 800 beds in 4 months.
Traditionally, when we need to build and design a hospital project, we usually take more than 5 years, and this is a very huge challenge for everybody.
要在这么短的时间内能完成这样的一个建造呢，我们必须要考虑建筑工业化的一个方法。我们就把整个医院再拆分成不同的功能的模块，所有的东西都是靠模块的组合叠加而成。
This is what Jiang Yi and his team must somehow build. To minimize construction time, the team will use the innovative method called Modular Integrated Construction, or MIC. They use steel structure to build a central corridor. Standardized isolation wards on both sides will be built with each cubicle composed of 3 MIC units, which are prefabricated off-site in factories, with most of controlling systems assembled at the same time and then transported to the site for installation. That means in extremely compressed period, they will be mass-producing 6 ward buildings with 136 negative pressure wards and 816 beds that meet the strict permanent hospital standards of Hong Kong.
整个世界范围内呢，首个全负压病房的这个 MIC 的一个医院，没有先例可循。
And all of these units was built right here in China's Zhuhai. On those assembly lines are houses, from bedrooms to bathrooms to kitchens and living rooms. They're all put together and lined up, waited to be assembled. A bathroom walks around and stairs fly above your head inside this real-life version of Hogwarts. It's just so crazy.
In a factory, building an apartment is pretty much like building a car. And we start with chassis, or the underneath part of building blocks, which is filled with pipes and ducts for plumbing and electrical works. And by the end of this process, it goes out of a door and it's a fully formed apartment. Just like Legos, that you can put them together to form a completed building.
It's not just what can be prefabricated into a module. Innovation can buy them more time.
因为对于一间医院来讲呢，尤其是传染病医院，机电系统的成败呢是关系到整个的感染控制。
对我们来说的话，系统多就意味着难度大，工期压力更加紧张。
这就是一个模块了，是吧？整个这个框体，
您看到的水泵，包括基座，这个所有的东西，稳压罐都是靠这个框架来去给它做一个支撑。
传统里面这些部件它都不在一起的，是吗？
不在，包括这个控制下面板都不在一起。
A water pumping system like this used to take 20 days to build on site, but a prefab module needs only 20 hours to install. And this type of building has another major benefit for the public health sector. In a controlled factory environment, you can have greater quality control than ever.
I would say that at the very beginning, they're quite skeptical about this technology in building hospital because they are quite conservative in a certain sense.
所以在这样的情况之下呢，是需要有些事情呢作为一个突破口的。但是对于建筑业来说呢，在这样的危急的关头呢，反倒把这个技术的应用呢得到了一个大的突破。
The Lego pieces are ready. But time is still not on our side. Just one confirmed infection among thousands of construction workers will shut the project down for 12 days.
So you can imagine when we have only 4 months to build this site, how can you lose 12 days? No, you can't even lose 12 hours.
Thanks to MIC, installation has been streamlined. The use of building information modeling allows every nook and cranny of those MIC blocks to be displayed in VR and AR devices, making construction more like playing video games. And once COVID-19 is gone, this module hospital still has unlimited potential, waiting to be moved and transformed at need.
就包括呢，就是这个房间，甚至开始我跟赵医生在谈，怎么样把它改成就是这个 ICU， 可改造率呢会比普通的建筑会更高一些，这是我们其中采取 MIC 的一个原因吧。
Construction industry is not as innovative as other industry. There's no more sustainable to continue in this way. So we need to look for new technology to cope with our problem.
The wave of factory-made architecture is re-emerging, and people should remember this time it was kicked off by this hospital, an epidemic, and from this city.